Imagine this. You survive what you claim is a lethal, undetectable CIA poisoning. You miraculously pull through, and instead of just going back to business as usual, you decide to radically destroy your entire 30-year-old global persona. While welcome to today's Explinger, we are diving into an incredibly fascinating, controversial, and mystical period from late 1988, specifically looking at the discourses collected in No-Mind, the Flowers of Eternity. We're going to unpack exactly how a renowned spiritual teacher completely redefined his identity, dramatically dropped his famous title, and anchored his ultimate teachings in the ancient Zen practice of No-Mind. Let's just get right into it. So, here is our roadmap for today's journey. 1. Dropping the title Bhagwan. 2. Enter Zorba the Buddha. 3. The essence of Zen. And finally, 4. The art of witnessing. Alright, starting us off with Section 1, dropping the title Bhagwan. This was a truly radical shift. To put this into perspective, he had been away for 7 weeks following that alleged poisoning. When he returned, he called the experience a profound purification, and it triggered this unbelievably rapid evolution of his identity. Just look at the timeline here. For 3 decades, he used the title Bhagwan as a direct challenge to Orthodox religion. But then, over just a matter of days in December 1988, he drops it completely. He briefly accepts the title of Gautam the Buddha, calling it a guest soul, before synthesizing his final, ultimate identity in early 1989, Zorba the Buddha. And his renunciation of the past wasn't subtle. He literally said, "Enough is enough, the joke is over." He completely rejected being called Bhagwan ever again. He argued that the word's ancient Indian roots were entirely tied up in male chauvinism, in the sheer biological mechanics of creation. In a single stroke, he just swept away decades of his own established branding. Why? To completely sever ties with what he saw as an ugly, outdated religious heritage. And to back up that monumental shift, he laid out a blistering critique of organized religion across the board. I mean, he didn't hold back. He rejected the Hindu caste system, calling it spiritual slavery. He pointed to recent scandals in Jaina monkhood, arguing that forced celibacy doesn't lead to purity, it just inherently leads to perversion. He even condemned ancient priesthoods for corrupting the original teachings of Buddha. The core message he was driving home to his followers, and really, to us, is absolutely crucial. Never let yourself be tethered to the past, and flat out refuse to become just another organized religion. Which brings us perfectly to Section 2. Enter Zorba the Buddha, a completely new synthesis. So, right after he drops his old title, things get a bit wild. A Japanese Shinto seeress prophesied that the wandering soul of Gautama Buddha had actually entered his body. But hosting this ancient guest sparked some massive backlash from traditional Buddhist organizations, specifically the Mahabodhi Society. They heavily objected to the claim. Now, his response? It was swift and it was uncompromising. He basically said, "No crowd is going to dictate to me." He declared that the Buddha was merely a guest who was now leaving. This allowed him to step completely away from the Buddhist tradition and stand purely as an individual. Out of all that friction, this brilliant, finalized paradigm was born, Zorba the Buddha. It's essentially a total bridge between two historically opposite worlds. On one side, you have Zorba the Greek, representing the ultimate celebration of the material world, spontaneity, wine, dancing, just living out loud. And on the other side, you have the Buddha, representing the profound silence of the inner world, pure awareness and deep consciousness. Just notice how beautifully he frames this. He argues that neither the inner nor the outer can exist without the other. They aren't enemies at all. They are literally the two wings of a bird that you need to fly across the sky of existence. Think about it. To be only Zorba is to be spiritually blind, right? But to be only Buddha is to deny the immense, tangible beauty of the physical universe. This synthesis, this integration, becomes the absolute cornerstone of his new teaching. Moving on to Section 3, the essence of Zen. Going beyond meaning. With his new, holistic identity firmly in place, he starts leaning heavily into Zen. He basically argues that theology and religious dogma are a disease of the mind. And the cure? Well, he brilliantly contrasts the rational world with the Zen perspective. See, the rational mind is constantly searching for meaning, kind of like a commodity you'd haggle over in a marketplace. But Zen says existence doesn't have a meaning, it only has significance. It's like the vibrant color of a sunrise or the fragrance of a flower. It's something you experience, not something you intellectually dissect. Now, to truly grasp this, you have to wrap your head around anatta, or no self. This is where it gets deep. Unlike orthodox religions that desperately cling to the idea of an eternal ego or a permanent soul, anatta proposes something radical. It says your sense of self will eventually be entirely annihilated into pure space. It's like a soap bubble bursting, or a tiny dewdrop slipping off a leaf and vanishing forever into a vast ocean. It will be annihilated. It's a wonderfully brutal concept, isn't it? But it's also incredibly beautiful. Yes, absolutely everything will be annihilated. But think about what that actually means for you on a daily basis. It means total freedom. You can let go of everything. You don't have to stress about preserving some grand legacy or defending your fragile ego. You are completely free to just intensely enjoy the present moment, right now, before the bubble bursts. And that brings us to our final part, Section 4, the art of witnessing. How we actually apply this. Because, philosophy is great, but how do we put this into actionable practice? The ultimate goal here is to reach a state called no-mind. Now, to be super clear, this isn't about falling asleep or just zoning out. It's actually about discovering the vast, silent space of your inner being. It's a space where you aren't choosing, you aren't discarding, and you aren't judging anything. You are just silently observing the universe as it converges within you, totally free from that constant, exhausting chatter of thought. And he breaks this meditation down into very direct, simple steps. Step 1, watch your body. Because you can observe your own hand moving, you realize you aren't just the body. Step 2, watch your mind. Because you can observe your own thoughts racing by, you realize you aren't the mind either. So what exactly is left? That's step 3. You settle entirely into the role of the unidentified observer. You become the pure watcher. Honestly, this leads to the most empowering takeaway from these entire texts. A total redefinition of what a Buddha is. Remember that backlash from the organized societies? Well, he insists that Buddhahood is not some exclusive religious title. It's not a monopoly held by ancient monks in robes. It requires zero formal initiation. Buddhahood is simply this inherent, natural quality of pure witnessing, which means it is absolutely everybody's birthright. Everybody is a born Buddha, whether one remembers it or not. I mean, that quote just perfectly summarizes the whole journey. You don't need a priesthood, you don't need a society, or complex dogmas, or even a guru to initiate you. Why? Because that eternal fire, that pure capacity for unjudging awareness, is already sitting right there, hidden at your very center. So, I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought to take into the rest of your day. If you actually practice this, if you strip away your physical form, and you quiet all those racing thoughts, who exactly is left doing the watching?